to just vibes. Welcome. Let's talk about Love Island tonight episode. Mitch and LB, they're now regretting and choosing Whitney and Luck. And like I said before, I said that they made a mistake, not because they couldn't choose Whitney and Luck. And honestly, you can pick whoever you want to pick. As much as I do like Whitney and Luck, but I don't think that they are above choosing. They're new and nobody knows like what their intentions are. And all of that. Nobody even knows what anybody else's intentions were, but I did say that Molly and Zach would have been a better option for them to pick, just because if it comes to the voting, there is a high chance that Molly and Zach could have the lower voting and they could still be in the game. That's like if they were doing it smartly. But whatever, they voted for who they voted for. I do feel like honestly, if you look at Whitney and Luck, and honestly, they really do seem compatible. And same thing with Molly and Zach, honestly. But from me watching it, it just gives me that Zach does not feel for Molly as much as Molly feels for Zach. That's the only reason why I would have maybe chosen them, and also because of the bottom thing, so that way you have a fighting chance of coming out of this thing unscathed. That was it. Anyway, the challenge, I do feel like Ty made a mistake choosing Whitney and Ella in his team. I do understand that they still won, but are these people not competitive or not? Like, I would have chosen Ella B first. Like, after I chose the boys, the first girl I would have chosen would have been Ella B. But I'm sure maybe Ella B would have already been gone. But I would have chosen Ella B. And Jess, they're more competitive than Whitney and and Ella. I was like, why are you choosing Whitney and Ella? Whitney to run. Like, she's like going small. Anyway, the good thing is that they didn't at least fold the egg. But really, they were the worst people to pick in the team. Whitney was good with the cheerleading part, like, you know, like trying to get everybody to drum more, do more. But apart from that, like, really, they just won because of the guys in that group. Honestly, that was it. But it was good. They at the end they won because when they won the last game, Ty accidentally hit Ella and all of that. And when they were sitting there talking, Whitney's like, was worth the sacrifice. And I was like, no, it wasn't. Really, they do bigger like sisters. Like, I laughed so hard this whole episode. Honestly, I feel like this year I'm not taking Love Island that too serious. Like, I'm not like, yeah, I just laugh like over things a lot. Like, I watched the episode and I laugh. I actually do like Mitch. I know a lot of people did not. I do like him. He's crazy, and his craziness is actually quite good. Like, if it was Molly and Zach and then Mitch and Ella B, I would have actually preferred Mitch to be there. Like, I was in support of Mitch being there instead of KD and Uzi. I was. So I like Mitch, which is crazy. I know that it's gonna be annoying, like being the girl in his life, but for entertainment purposes, my guy is giving entertainment. Now, Ella and Ty's argument, I do feel like Ty is someone that wants to know what is happening, likes to be in control. Like, he needs to see what is happening so that he can know why something is happening. And according to him, he's been asking her what's wrong, because he noticed that something is wrong. And it was not even because of the game, even if she later, and he was like, why are you trying to make it about the game? So I do feel like, based on this whole thing, I feel like Ella somehow, she does need to communicate better. She communicates like she's whining. So it's kind of like, if I'm asking you what's wrong and you're communicating like you know what I mean, like you're whining, so just like I'm not feeling really good, I'll talk to you later, not now. Or, you know, there's a way you speak. But if she communicates like she's whining, and then another thing for Ty does have like shot, like he just either wants to get everything right or he needs to walk out of there. Like, he just walks out a lot. He needs to, that's something when they come out for the villa, he has to learn. You cannot always just walk out on things. This is how people cheat. You walk out and then you go to the bar and then you gotta meet one girl out of anger and then something happens. Walking out is not the way. Or you walk out and then you, out of the anger, you drive and then you have an accident. No. She needs to learn how to communicate without whining. He needs to learn how to control his short term switch. That's why he always says shut up. He doesn't really just mean like shut up, but I know it sounds rude. But I do see them, I don't know, I do see them being in this kind of relationship whereby they are almost obsessed with each other. Like, I don't know, they can only make it through the long run. Like, when I mean long run, like marriage, kids and all of that stuff, and maybe forever, if they work on themselves, their communication, their anger, the way they communicate. It's not even just communicating, but the manner at which they communicate. If not, it's just going to be one kind of toxic relationship whereby they're going to fight. Then when they're good, they're so good. When they fight, it's so bad, until at the point it's not going to work. Something like that never works forever, like, honestly. So that's something, I like them together. They look very cute together. So I do think that they need to work on that. And at that moment, like, even when everything was wrong, I watched After Sun a little bit, and they were saying that she shouldn't have apologized. I do think that she needed to yeah, see, I'm like, apologize is not about saying I'm sorry too. You know, like when they were talking, like I expected after they set it for her to go on the bed where he was and maybe just lie on him a bit, but then she went and lied on her own part and he had to go to that bed. I just feel like she wants to always get the last this thing, so that's something to work on. Like, you don't have to always be right in a relationship. You kind of, yeah, that's what I think. But anyway, that's just me. And then I do think that the producers ask these people to talk about, like, how do you feel, because them just always talking about each other. No wonder sometimes it's boring, especially when you hear Zach and Molly talk about the same thing. Like Molly say, I'm so excited about it, and Zach's like, oh, everybody's all couple up and all this thing. Zach is trying to not even talk about them as a couple. I do feel like producers tell them, oh, you have to now talk about yourself, about your relationship. That's why, because how is everybody talking about themselves and their relationship? Like, if you're in a relationship, you don't just stay with your partner and be like, oh, I'm so happy our relationship is going well, we are so fine, we're so, I think they have moments where they have to reflect every night. So then they put that reflecting moment and they know that that's reflecting moment, so they talk about themselves. And honestly, at first, this whole voting thing, I was so sure that Whitney and Lokan were going to be safe, of course. But then I checked Twitter, I checked, a lot of people were voting against Whitney, like Mitch and Ella B, just not because they want Mitch and Ella B, but because they wanted Whitney and Lokan to go. And I saw lots of other people, like other couples, like their fandoms were voting for the other people. So I was like, there's a high chance that Whitney and Lokan, because if every other person except Whitney and Lokan, I don't know the percentage of people they have voting for them, if it's as big as Ekinsu and Davide's time. If not, because I was so sure that they were going to go, because if every other persons and people that prefer other people vote against them, then they're going home. As for me, I wouldn't have even voted if it was people that I didn't want to be there. Like, I wouldn't have even voted at all. So I was like, wow. And then so Whitney and Lokan was saved, and then Mitch gave his speech. It was funny. It was fun. I laughed a lot, right? Like, I laughed, tears was flowing through my eyes. He said he loved Sammy now, but he hated him a lot when he came. And then Zach stole his bed, but then now they're best mates. You know, it's a lot of things. And then he talked about Jess and Sammy. I do feel like I see what they are saying. Like, Jess and Sammy, they are cool together, but is it like a love or is it friendship? I don't know. Just because, like, honestly, the only people that I see that actually are in love is Ty and Ella. The other people, I don't know. I feel like Whitney and Lokan, they are gonna last, because if they continually work on themselves, because they're both mature, the way they communicate, the way they love, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they would end up being together. It's not because they're in love with each other now and they've not even said that, but if you look at the villa, the people that I see that I think that are in love, although it's a little bit toxicity there, is Ella and Ty. So that's that for tonight's episode. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye bye.